Picture this. An app designed by women to anonymously expose and rate men from dating apps hits #1 on the App Store. Within days, 72,000 images from the app, including 13,000 verification photos and government IDs, are leaked and posted on 4chan. The women who wanted to dox men anonymously just got doxed themselves. And honestly, the irony is delicious. The T-app promised to be a safe space for women to warn each other about problematic men from dating apps. Users could search for someone by uploading their photo, then read anonymous reviews and ratings from other women. Think Yelp, but for your ex-boyfriend. The app required users to verify their identity with selfies and government IDs to prevent fake accounts, promising this information would stay secure. Spoiler alert, it didn't. But to understand how we got here, we need to go back to where this whole movement started, the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook groups. Created by Paula Sanchez in New York City, these groups exploded across social media with a simple premise. Women would post screenshots of men's dating profiles asking if anyone had tea on them. By 2024, there were over 200 of these groups with 3.5 million members collectively. The format was always the same. Someone would post a guy's photos from Bumble or Hinge with a caption like, "Any tea on this one? He seems too good to be true," or "Just matched with him, should I run?" Other women would flood the comments with their experiences. Everything from, "He's actually married," to "Total narcissist, block him now." It was public persecution without trial, and the men had no way to defend themselves or even know they were being discussed. Critics pointed out the obvious problems with this setup. As one legal expert noted, these groups created a forum for potentially defamatory statements, where men could be labeled as everything from cheaters to predators based on anonymous accusations. But the women didn't care about due process. They were building their own vigilante justice system, one dating profile at a time. Apparently, Facebook groups weren't enough. Enter Sean Cook and the T-app, founded in 2023 but gaining serious momentum this year. Cook marketed it as the next evolution of the Are We Dating the Same Guy movement, a sleeker, more organized way for women to share information about men. The app's description literally called users FBI girlies and bragged about blocking screenshots to protect user privacy. The tagline, "Spill the tea, protect the sisterhood." Here's where it gets interesting. Unlike the Facebook groups where anyone could screenshot and share posts, T claimed to be more secure. Users had to verify their identity with selfies and government-issued IDs to prevent fake accounts and trolling. The app promised this verification data was encrypted and secure. They were asking women to trust them with their most sensitive personal information to create a database of men to publicly shame. The hubris is astounding. The app exploded in popularity recently, reaching #1 on the App Store with over 1.6 million users. Women were finally getting their wish, a streamlined way to anonymously destroy men's reputations while staying completely protected themselves. They could upload a photo of any guy, read all the dirt other women had posted about him, and add their own anonymous reviews. It was digital vigilantism with a pretty pink interface. Then came July 25th, 2025. A data breach exposed 72,000 images from the T-app, including 13,000 verification photos and government IDs. All of this highly sensitive personal information was dumped on 4chan. The exact kind of public exposure and doxing these women had been gleefully inflicting on men for years. The panic was immediate and beautiful to watch. The same women who had spent months or years anonymously destroying men's reputations were now frantically trying to get their own information removed from the internet. Suddenly, privacy mattered. Suddenly, being exposed without consent was a serious violation. The women who had weaponized public shaming were now begging for mercy from the anonymous masses. One user tweeted, "I feel so violated and scared. I trusted this app with my personal information." Another posted on TikTok about how her government ID was now circulating on forums she'd never heard of. The comments were predictably unsympathetic. "Shouldn't have tried to ruin men's lives anonymously," one person replied. "What goes around comes around." Think about the absolute audacity here. These women created and used an app specifically designed to bypass men's privacy and consent. They demanded anonymity for themselves while systematically removing it from others. They wanted to be judge, jury, and executioner in the court of public opinion, all while hiding behind fake profiles and verification systems that promised to protect their identities. The T-App's response to the breach was exactly what you'd expect: damage control disguised as concern. They issued a generic statement about taking user privacy seriously and investigating the incident, but the damage was done. The 13,000 verification photos and government IDs were already spreading across the internet faster than they could contain. Here's the beautiful irony in all of this. The T-App, named after the slang term for gossip and secrets, served its users the hottest tea of all, a scalding reminder that consequences exist. These women built their entire platform on the idea that they could expose others while remaining safely anonymous. They created detailed databases of men's personal information, photos, and private details, then acted shocked when their own information got the same treatment. The women of T learned the hard way that when you play with fire, sometimes you get burned. They wanted to create a world where they could destroy reputations without consequences. But the internet has a funny way of serving justice. They weaponized personal information and got hit by their own weapon. So here's to the T-App and its users. May they enjoy the exact same privacy and protection they offered to the men they tried to destroy. After all, they spilled the tea and now they're drowning in it.